evening, friends, neighbors, haters, whatever. Thanks for coming to the Libertarian Party of Colorado's monthly board meeting. I just want to say this is my last board meeting as chair of the party. It has been such an honor to serve in this position and see what damage the Libertarian Party can do to the political landscape of Colorado. My vision has been to radically change and reshape the political landscape of Colorado, and we have definitely done that within 2 years, and it's been incredible the progress we've made, and it would not be possible without all of our members and all of the directors underneath me on this board who have come together to form a team and who have done an exceptional job at all of their roles. This evening, we do need to elect a secretary pro tem. Our secretary, Mr. Ben Williams, needed to resign, and the timing's just not been great. So we didn't quite have enough time to meet notice requirements, but we do need a secretary. Jim has offered to do that for us tonight, pro tem. Also, going forward after this meeting, formal notice will be sent out. I'm going to be calling a special meeting for next Monday at 6:30 p.m. to fill the secretary position so that we can have a convention secretary and business can continue, as per usual and normal. And we shall go into convention June 28th and everything will be squared away. Do I need a motion, Jim, or can I just ask for any opposed to appointing you pro tem? Do you know?
I'll do it.
I would entertain a motion to open the floor for nominations for the Secretary Pro Tem.
I would open the floor for nominations to fill Secretary Pro Tem this evening.
I nominate Jim Wiley to become the next secretary of the Libertarian Party of Colorado.
I call a question.
Yes, Mr. Buss.
I call the question.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Thank you. All right. So
do we need a second?
Yeah, I'll second and call a question. All in one motion. How about that?
Any objections to the motion being called? Hearing none.
I object to the form, but
yes. I don't know. Maybe it's out of order. Well, I don't know that it's out of order. I think, there's no other nominations. If there's any other nominations, the floor is open. Hearing none, I have now closed nominations. Mr. Wiley has been nominated to be Secretary Pro Tem. Is there any objection to that? Hearing none, Mr. Wiley, you are Secretary Pro Tem. Please take attendance.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Chair Goodman.
Present.
Vice Chair Luria.
Present.
Treasurer Buss.
Yep.
Secretary Pro Tem Wiley. Present. Affiliates Director Nilsson. Unexcused. Campaigns Director Wild Forster. Unexcused. Communications Director Marina Finch.
Here.
Fundraising Director Dvorak. Unexcused. Legislative Director Vance.
I'm here.
Membership Director Williams. His note taker is here. Are you here also? Unexcused. Outreach Director Steinke.
Present.
Thank you. Chair Goodman, with 4 unexcused and 7 present, we have quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I'll now open the floor to public comment. I see Mr. Atwood's in person. You got something for us tonight, Mr. Atwood?
Yes. Number one, thank you very much for a wonderful donor appreciation meeting on Saturday evening. Number two, the approval voting party is pushing the effort for enabling legislation for municipalities to use approval voting and looks forward to that being approved and worked on by the General Assembly. And I'm hoping that there might be Mises enthusiasts that are currently disappointed with presidential results that the Libertarian Party gets in Colorado, percentages, that might be willing to help on the effort for getting approval voting, which I don't promise victory, but I do promise viability and visibility for the Libertarian Party with approval voting. The other effort is our tagline. Because I'm now realize I have to suck up to the General Assembly. The tagline that was previously a subtly belligerent, which was approval voting moves us beyond two-party thinking, is now going to be something like approval voting moves us between two-party extremes, and to portray approval voting as advocating perhaps for the muddled middle, which I think as we get tired of and exhausted with the Trump era extremes may become far more palatable to the voting public. And in order to get enabling legislation, we need to pander to representatives and state representatives and state senators. And so
Fine.
anybody that would like to
Sorry to
join
cut you off.
Yes,
That is time.
understood.
Thank you, Mr. Atwood. Yes, and of course, especially we get that in the General Assembly, we'll be all full force behind helping that lobbying effort. That'll be very fun for us, especially to work with you, one of our donors, as well as Libertarian at heart. So that's very fun. Thank you. Let's see, let me pull up my agenda. Also, my camera's not on because my Microsoft Teams doesn't run on my computer. We're doing this all on my phone. I hate Microsoft Teams. I'm always gonna hate it, apparently. So with that, let's see, the approval of the agenda. The agenda is a interesting subject currently. We don't have a proper agenda with the having to vacate the position of the former secretary. So we need additions to our agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda tonight?
In addition, I'd like to include the LPCO congressional draft agenda.
Okay, excellent. Also, I do believe we had an email ballot going to pass a resolution. Our former secretary objected and wanted it to be put on the agenda. So that needs to be included. Mr. Vance, what do you want to call that?
I haven't thought of. How about the media and governmental accountability against child abuse resolution? It's kind of wordy. We could come up with something different later, but that's what I have for now.
Okay. And I believe we needed something else. Oh, man. I feel like there was a third item we needed on here out of our meetings we just came out of.
There was one, but it was discussed whether or not to put that in executive session and determined to table it.
Okay, yeah, we'll table that. That's right. Okay. Let's deal with all that drama later. Okay, thank you, Mr. Wiley. Are there any objections to adding the LPCO congressional draft for discussion? And is there any objection to adding the resolution for the child abuse? I'm not going to say all of it. I don't remember it. Hearing none, those are on the agenda. Is there any objection to the agenda as it stands? I don't know that it's as written because it hasn't been written. All right, hearing none, the approval of the agenda is through. Our minutes, I guess we're going to have to do them over email ballot because with the agenda not being done, neither were the minutes. I was calling for the agenda and the minutes to be approved. And he said he did not have time and he has a very stressful business as a small law firm. So I can understand that. All right. We need to go to reports from affiliate representatives. Is there anyone representing a county affiliate who wishes to speak tonight?
I just want to congratulate the
can-
Pueblo County affiliate on its establishment. I was thrilled to be a part of that. Still being registered down there. Glad to help them get launched.
We also
can-
have a board formed for Weld County, so that's going to be added here to the list of affiliates. Mr. Loria.
Because I don't think Ross is on the board meeting. I can speak toward Jeffco.
Ross is here.
Oh, he is. Oh, great. Then Ross, do you want to speak toward Jeffco instead of me? You're the chair.
Oh, he has no mic. Go ahead, Jacob.
Okay. We finally got, I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but our annual convention for the county set. And then probably the biggest thing we're working on at the moment is with a woman in Lakewood to, whether it's libertarian or liberty-minded people, get essentially a full slate to run with a common platform. So for city council there in Lakewood. So that way they can support each other. It's not quite them alone. And so we're kind of in the works of that between us, Natalie mentioned, and this woman, Karen, where we think we can get 5 people together by the time the deadline is.
Oh yeah, that's super, super exciting. Wouldn't that be fun to run a Liberty slate of candidates down in Lakewood?
And this Karen woman wrote her own Liberty Pledge, and it's honestly incredibly based.
Maybe we need to get her appointed to the committee when we form it for updating pledges.
I could definitely invite her. I'm sure she would appreciate it.
All right, cool. We'll look at that after convention, I guess. Do you have any more updates from Jeffco? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Testing.
No, those are the main things. All good.
Russ, I hear you.
Oh, great. I got it working finally. Yes, just wanted to add to that we have 2 participating on board with the pledge, and I'm looking for up to 6 candidates because there's also there's whispers of maybe an extra seat becoming open for the election, but that remains to be seen. So definitely 5 if we can get all 5. Yeah, full slate would be great.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. That's really, really great work. Super impressive. Way to go, Jeffco. All right, moving to LNC reports. There is no LNC representatives tonight. I guess there's a meeting going on currently. I'm watching the Region 1 Chair Discord chat. It looks like, according to our representative, the LNC voted to only allow each member to speak once and is limited to 2 minutes. So that seems to be going on in that meeting over there. That's the update from them. Moving to board reports. This is my last board meeting chairing as chairwoman. It has been an incredible honor to serve in this position, to further my campaign resume and utilize and capture more skills in order to better run for office and other types of positions going forward. This has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I feel like if I can be elected and serve libertarians, everything else is going to be a piece of cake from here because none of you are a easy bunch of people to please. In fact, There is no pleasing any of you. Way to go, individualism. You can all individually be upset. Anyway, it has been incredible to be able to roll out the Liberty Pledge, flip 4 seats here in Colorado, define what is liberty to Colorado. Everyone's looking to us to set the tone for what does that mean. We are now invited. We have had conversations. We're invited to tables to discuss our position and try and lobby our way through different organizations to advance our goals. It is so cool to have done that. We were brought into the Prop HH Tabor Coalition with Natalie Menton, and we formed a lot of good partnerships there. And that's how I met the current chair of the GOP, Britta Horn, and she was at our donor dinner. She was brought by Heidi Ganal, who we brought in because she's donated significantly to this party. So we want to embrace our new donors. We love to keep hold of our old donors and keep everyone moving towards the same goal, which is liberty. All of my directors, some of you go back as far as 2021 when I was serving as vice chair for this organization. Some of you are even newer than that, but have been touched my heart just as deeply as other people I've known much longer. And so I just really value each and every one of you and the work and the things that you've brought to this organization, all your strengths, and helping us continue to move that window for liberty. So thank you guys. We had a donor appreciation dinner on Saturday, as Mr. Atwood discussed. We also gave out several awards, including a Lifetime Membership Achievement Award to David Aiken, who is now our retired database manager. He served Liberty in Colorado. And we wanted to just acknowledge everything he's done. We moved through and we acknowledged different activists like Mr. Bennett Rutledge or Mr. Ross Klopp, who are always down at the Capitol advocating for the position of the Libertarians and liberty. We wanted to acknowledge our Director of the Year, and that was Mr. Michael Vance, with moving our legislative live streams with Free State Colorado to the forefront of Colorado politics, where then we were able to form relationships with elected officials, and we were able to determine who was in fact the most based legislator on the Hill this year. We chose Mr. Ken DeGraff, and if there ever was a Thomas Massey of Colorado, that man sure is it. So it was an honor to bring some people in that have really helped advance liberty across Colorado and just acknowledge them for helping to advocate our position as a minority party. So that was a lot of fun. And Mr. James Wiley, our executive director, coming in midway through my term, or just initially rescuing our Twitter account from suspension. Him and our party lawyer, Mr. Gary Fielder, were able to set a cease and desist, and we were able to get that account back up and running, and away we have run with Mr. Marinovich coming out with hot tweets and making sure that our advertisements are going out and all of those types of things. But I just really want to acknowledge Mr. Wiley for putting together the legislative dinner, for putting together the donor dinner, for making sure that we caught on the RFK fundraising money, that he helped facilitate all of the wishes of the board through the election season, as tricky and difficult and a lot as that was, to also helping us sue the Secretary of State right before the elections. Mr. Wiley, your importance in this party can never be overstated, and the loss of you would be felt deeply. So I just want to take this moment to acknowledge you and thank you for all your hard work. And I've just really enjoyed working with you over the past 2 years. It has been incredible, the advances we've been able to make just with your assistance. So I would also like to acknowledge Ms. Steinke, who has always shown up, always so positive, a delight to be around. She has the best ideas that they just come. When you give her a topic, she just spews them forth. It's been so great to work with all of you. So, and Mr. Loria, I'll be calling on you for your board report next, but I just wanted to thank you and acknowledge you through your time as campaigns director, all the grueling hard work that was, to moving up to be my vice chairman. I know that was like an unexpected and probably a change of pace task, but no less intense. So thank you for all your years of service to this party as well. I really value and appreciate you. Mr. Ashley Buss, you are the MVP, so you got an award, and we're so thankful that we're not racking up fines all the time, and you're very diligent with our finances and watching everything that's going on. So with that, Mr. Loria, will you please provide us a board report?
Yes, absolutely. Pretty short and simple, but we are on our way to getting a new merchandising store up. We're using Bonfire, kind of inspired by the chainsaw pack. We just have a little bit of verification to finish in order to get us set up as an organization on there. And we're looking for designs. We can make a lot of stuff on there, but we can also upload a lot of different designs that people make. So if people have ideas, reach out to myself or Mr. Wiley. I know Mr. Wiley has been talking to some people already and been on top of stuff. So I think maybe not by convention, but a little bit after convention, we should have a working merch store up on our website.
Heck yeah, that's excellent news. And thank you for the pork ribs. They're
Absolutely.
so delicious. He provided pork ribs for the donor dinner, and they were just so great. Mr. Buss, you got a treasurer report for us.
Oh yeah, I'll make it short and simple. We started with some money, we spent some money, we got some money in, and we've got some money in the account. How about that?
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Buss. Well, Mr. Wiley, I don't know what you can add to the secretary report. Do you have anything?
I just wanted clarification. I believe there was one of those numbers that Mr. Buss mentioned that didn't have the cents. Could you include the cents in your report? Just kidding. Yeah, nothing to add. I'll have the minutes out this week for approval via email. I'll do both at the same time, so it just knocks it out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know it's grueling work. Mr. Nelson's
Not really, just AI, you know.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Nelson's not with us tonight. Unfortunately, I wanted him to.
I'm here.
You are?
I'm here.
Yay.
Yeah, I just took a second because for the first time, my kickboxing class ran long, really well timed, but I am here. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Update us for affiliates, Mr. Nelson.
Cool. So as given at the donor dinner that most of you were there for, but nonetheless, Pueblo got together and had its meeting. So that is an affiliate now. We're going to get the paperwork into the Secretary of State, but yay, new affiliate. Weld is very close to affiliating. I just need them to decide on a time that we can have the meeting. You know, people's schedules are finicky and people are annoying, but we'll get there. And we're pretty close to getting that one done. I'm planning to have it done by the convention. I mean, I know that like Jeffco has its meeting coming up right before the convention. So just in terms of that's great that we're seeing that affiliate kind of somewhat active and having people getting together. Thanks, Ross, for that. And let me think. Those are the two really big updates. I'm kind of considering trying a foray into Mesa to take advantage of the fact that that the guy running for chair is there, and that just probably means that he has active people who could be of use to us. And of course, maybe that way I can kind of co-opt their attempt to take over from us. And yeah, so I may look into that. Another big deal is that Granby just had another Liberty on the Rocks, which apparently this was their fourth one. So hopefully that means that, and there were enough people in the room for a board. So hopefully what that means is if there's enough of a community there and people who are consistent, I can get them together for a board, and we'll have a Granby affiliate as well.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting.
Should be huge. We need the home of the Killdozer to be ours, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's our territory right there.
Yeah.
That's about 2 hours from Denver. Let's plan a road trip out there, the next one, to join them and support them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I went out, it was Alicia Garcia speaking at the last one. I went and it was just like, a couple people out there, but it was really good vibes and the people seemed pretty interested in what we're doing. So Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
How fun.
Actually,
I'm super excited.
We should even on the way out do like a range day. If we're really doing a road trip up in the mountains like that's not that far from Bristlecone or something, is it? Board range day, anyone?
Oh, the bristlecone's actually in the other side of Lakewood, isn't it?
I thought Bristlecone shooting range was a little bit west of Boulder, which Granby's further west.
No.
Right?
Bristlecone is isn't Bristlecone near the big hospital, the St. Anthony's Hospital there in Golden?
Yes, it is, Ashley.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Is
either
it-
way, I'm
oh,
sure
Well, let's put it
there's
this way.
something.
What's great
Oh,
about
it starts
is
with a K. That's what I'm thinking of. What starts with a K that's out there? That's a shooting area. Sorry. I don't know. There's something up there.
Keystone, but that's a ski resort, not a shooting area.
Really hard to.
Yeah, no, I'm not
take
thinking of
minutes like that.
Keystone for sure.
Let's shift to the next report.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
fair enough. Go on. Sorry.
No worries. Mr. Wildforster, I do not believe is here. Mr. Marinovich, communications.
Yeah. I preemptively said something last board meeting because I thought it was my last, but either way, yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I had a couple of very simple goals when I started, and yeah, Jacob and Michael and Hannah will remember my speeches from convention, but one was to really lean in heavy on X, and I think when I started, it was still Twitter. You know,
Oh wow.
or he had just bought it. Either way, I saw the potential of X of being, you know, the digital, you know, sphere of influence and where the ideas go to battle and things like that. So that, and it was in response more to Polis, but for LPCO to be the name for libertarianism in Colorado. We say what's liberty and what's libertarian in Colorado, nobody else. And I think we've successfully dismantled any narrative that Jared Polis is a libertarian. So I feel like I've completed our goals. We're at 23,000 and change on X. Hannah's doing a great job with Facebook and Instagram, and yeah, combining those efforts with what everyone else has been doing, we really put our stake in the ground here in Colorado and established ourselves as an organization that deserves some respect. And we're respected, and we're also principled. So yeah, it's been great.
Thank you. I hope you please will make it next Monday to the special meeting so I can get a secretary on this board for a convention. I'm running low on people. And so tentatively, this will be your last board meeting. Just one more special meeting, please. I know.
I couldn't get away that easy.
Gonna end? That's how I feel. Is this ever gonna end? No kidding. So thank you, Mr. Marinovich, for your hard work over the years. And you've been plugged in and around since 2021. I met you at the birthday party. What was it? The 50th birthday party. So it's been amazing to work with you. I learned a lot from you. And I just really value everything that you've brought to the LPCO. It's been wonderful. Thank you. Let's see, moving on. Mr. Dvorak isn't here. Or I don't remember how he pronounces that.
Oh, yes, I am here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you
I was
are?
late.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on a call with work, and then...
no worries. Okay, do you have a quick fundraising update for us?
Yeah, I will say it. So I am not going to run for fundraising again.
Yes.
I'm just super busy with work, and I've realized that now I'm just doing calls for fundraising and for work. And it makes me want to jump off a building.
No worries. You've been so helpful. Thank you.
But like, I still want to help you guys whenever I'm there. So like,
okay,
like I'll be there for the conference. So like, whatever I can do, like I'm just an extra body to like help you guys in any way. So
thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for what work you have done for us. I have felt the effects of it. Thank you so much. Mr. Vance.
First off, I do want to add something. Hannah, your work on Facebook has been impressive. You've gained almost 3 million views in the last week, so I do think that should be something that is recognized because that's absolutely incredible. The other thing, when it comes to my report, the big thing I worked on this month was the donor dinner. Me and Jim worked together to come up with a group of people to give an award to for their legislative efforts. We called it the Liberty Sentinel Award. That was Brandon Work, that was Ross Clough, that was Bennett Rutledge, as well as Natalie Minton. So I felt like their efforts and everything that they've done has been noteworthy, and guys like Bennett and Ross have been down at the Capitol for years, just giving testimonies, and Bennett's done things within the party. So has Ross. Ross is the former chair of Jeffco LP. We all know Brandon, everything that's going on with Free State Colorado and what a powerhouse that is. It's absolutely remarkable what he's been able to do with his platform. And then Natalie Minton, all the dedication she's done. She's a former board member of RTD. She's part of the Tabor Foundation. She's helped kill legislation like Prop HH. She ran for Jeffco County Commissioner, and I know and I don't care that she ran as a quote unquote Republican. What she was doing was going to impact Liberty if she won, and that's a net positive for all of us, especially me as a Jeffco resident. So I am so grateful to everything Natalie has done over the years and her grassroots activism efforts. I feel like all those people, I feel like that's 4 outstanding candidates to be recognized by the Libertarian Party of Colorado. Also, thank you all for the award that you guys gave me. I did not expect it. Jim sent me over to ask me a question next to the awards, and there was my name. So I was like, "What is this?" So I really appreciated it. Thank you, everybody. And that's my report for this month. It's not as extensive as it was the last few months because legislative session was in session, and that was a fun one. But we've talked about all that stuff plenty, from killing Senate Bill 86 to everything else that me and Brandon were able to do together. So thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Vance. Thank you for your service. You've just grown above and beyond all of our wildest thoughts and dreams about what you could do with this position. So you are the tip of the spear for this organization as far as holding legislators accountable. It's a very powerful position to be in, and you are so humble and so kind. So it's wonderful to work with you.
Well, thank you.
Your certificate is well deserved. Moving forward, Mr. Williams for membership is not currently here. Outreach, Ms. Steinke.
Yeah, pretty standard board for me. Rob helped out with the donor dinner, all of the regular board meetings and everything, chiming in wherever I can. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you've done for the Libertarian Party of Colorado, Hannah, and the personal sacrifices and other sacrifices you've made for that, because it was well worth it.
Thank you so much for showing up all the time, early, always able to help out, always willing to do something, always giving a great suggestion, recommendation, proofing, helping us sound professional, helping us look and act professional. You have provided so much to this organization. Thank you for all of the years you've spent in this position and making it what it is. I really value you as a member of this team. All right, staff reports. Mr. Wiley, talk about executive director.
I'll start by talking about secretary. We are looking for a new secretary. So other than myself, I hope not to be in the position for too long should I be chosen as chair, though I highly recommend any true, real libertarians vote for Keith Laube to make sure we are always on the ballot regardless of the value for liberty.
Or effects against it.
Or effects against it. True. Keith Laube is the future of the Libertarian Party.
I want more bills like Senate Bill 3 to pass, don't you?
Yeah, the less rights we have, the better. And the reason for that is I'm anxious to go to the free state of Argentina, and that makes me a bit of an accelerationist. So the faster we can descend into tyranny here in Colorado, the faster I'll be able to justify my departure. So Keith Laube for chair. Otherwise, we've had a great first half of the year so far. We continue to receive quite a bit of money through the beginning of the year. We held an amazing legislative action event, which I really enjoyed, and then the donor dinner this last weekend. So we are preparing for the second half of the year, and that's going to be highlighted with our convention on June 28th, just after the solstice. We're going to be celebrating the Libertarian Party, or re-electing those people who are deserving of it, or maybe Keith Laube, one of the two. And then moving into the second half of the year to execute on a few more strategic elements. So I'll be talking a bit about that a little bit more in new business.
Excellent. Database, Mr. Metler. I don't know if you were prepared to speak at all about being database, but we should introduce you. Replacing Mr. Aiken of decades is Mr. Ross Metler, who is the chair of JEFCO. I don't know if he has anything to update us about on our database, but you have the floor if you would like to.
I don't have anything prepared, but yeah, we've got some changes coming up because we're using ISP now. Civi, and we're going to have to either choose a replacement for Civi or figure out how we want to manage that, because there is, I forget his name off the top of my head, but there is a gentleman who is taking over administration of Civi as it is now, just basically taking over the national administration of it. So we could continue with that if we wanted to in some form, or maybe we could like set up a private instance of it and manage it ourselves. We've got some options, but
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll definitely look at that after the convention. Do we have that much time?
We have until October until national is hands off, and we'll either have to pay someone to administer or have a replacement.
Okay, cool. Then we'll definitely look at figuring that out. That'll be one of our first. Well, I guess I'm speaking as chair and potentially incoming as vice chair. Maybe I'm overstepping, but for all intents and purposes, I'm currently chair. So I feel like we'll look at that right after convention and get on our options and get migrated somewhere or figure out whatever the right option will be. So we'll definitely be leaning into you for that. Mr. Savoy, got any updates for us? Thank you so much for your value that you bring to this party, and thank you so much for making these board meetings happen. I can't even tell you what it was like before you were in this position. Thank you so much for making sure things go off without a hitch.
Thanks. Oh, and also no to your question.
Okay, cool. We don't really have committee reports because everything's kind of wound down, and we just did the donor dinner, so we have no real projects coming forward because convention is weeks away. We have no special orders. We don't have any unfinished business, but we do have new business. Since I don't have an up-to-date agenda, Mr. Wiley, can you please let me know what the first order on that agenda is?
I believe the first thing that was added was the LPCO congressional draft.
Excellent. That was put there by you. Would you like to speak to it? It's just an item of discussion, correct?
Yes, we're preliminary announcement, no specific hard set details, but looking forward to hammering that out over the next couple months. Clearly, I hate myself because within 24 hours of finishing the donor dinner, I had a great idea I wanted to put a lot of work into. Instead of taking the next 6 months off to do whatever I want, I'm going to be organizing this instead. The LPCO congressional draft is a concept where in the months of September and October, we will be reaching out to potential candidates in the 8 congressional districts and inviting them to come to a stump competition where they'll be competing against each other to win $500 starting boost to their candidate campaign. By no means does that suggest that they've been nominated by the Libertarian Party of Colorado as a candidate, but through the fair process of competition and the rules that we'll adopt in the process, we're going to allow those who provide the best presentation in a 5-minute stump to ascend by $500 in that process. The format will be located in each of the 8 districts over a series of 8 weekends. Saturdays back to back to back. We will travel to those districts, host events, refreshments, no major dinner, light entertainment, socializing maybe after the competition, but the competition itself will be formatted with congressional candidates giving their 5-minute speeches. At the conclusion of those speeches, Twitter polls will be run, 1, maybe 2 polls if more than 4 candidates speak, and we will have a runoff poll at the conclusion. The event will be live streamed on X and YouTube. By the way, Justin, I need your help. So we're going to be announcing the polls release so that people can participate in person or online and give their opinion on the performance of the various candidates. From that point, we will move into more local candidates' opportunity to stump, but without a competitive element. So if you're a mayor, city councilman, county commissioner, house district, senate district, anything else, you'll have the opportunity to also stump. Or if you're a statewide candidate, governor or whatnot, please come give us your speech. We want to hear it. And that'll just be so that we can run the poll for a little bit longer and get more participation. At the conclusion of those speeches, we'll announce the winner of the congressional candidate poll and award the $500 to that individual as a grant to launch their campaign. So look forward to September and October. It's going to be a lot of activity. And if you live in Colorado, you'll have the opportunity to hang out with Libertarian Party Colorado in person. More details coming soon.
Thank you, Mr. Wiley. I love this idea. You have some of the coolest ideas that we've had so much fun executing. So I'm going to just say that this is going to be a really fun project. And I look forward to working with you as your vice chair on it. Please don't make me run for Congress again. I guess I got the bank account, though. That is something, and that was really hard. Going forward, let's see. Oh, yeah, the second order of business. Sorry, I couldn't quite remember where we were right now on the agenda. What was the second? Oh, it was the resolution, correct, Mr. Vance? Would
Correct.
you like to speak to it and then read us the resolution?
Absolutely. Briefly, this is a resolution that's been crafted over the last couple years. We've seen a lot of horrible stuff come out of Colorado, particularly abuse in the public school system. It's not just Jeffco, but I mean, I know a lot of people see Jeffco as the first one. Pooter Schools has been horrible. There's been a lot of abuse there as well. And what's shocking is how much the mainstream media within Colorado has kind of covered it up. You might be able to search something online here and there, especially on their websites, but they don't really focus on it. They don't make it a priority to protect our kids. They have a bigger problem with somebody like a Jack Phillips than they do some monster who's actively using their position of power inside a child's classroom to abuse our children. So I've come up with a resolution That's going to, that I believe should really focus the Libertarian Party of Colorado as being a key fighter against child abuse. Libertarians believe in the non-aggression principle, and there's absolutely nothing about pedophilia that is non-violent or peaceful. It is one of the worst acts you can commit against another person, and that trauma will absolutely follow them the rest of their lives, and will absolutely change most people, if not destroy their lives. And so I think it's something that's absolutely critical that we need to take a stand on as a party against not only these government institutions within the state, but the media as well. So if you guys don't mind, I'd like to read this resolution real fast.
Yep, you have the floor.
Thank you. Whereas the protection of children from sexual exploitation and abuse is a fundamental responsibility of any civilized society, and government employees, including those in public schools, must be held accountable to the highest standards of accountability. And whereas incidents of child abuse and molestation by government employees in Colorado public schools have been underreported or inadequately covered by the mainstream Colorado media outlets, depriving the public of critical information necessary to address this crisis. And whereas the lack of media scrutiny shields perpetrators and complicit institutions, allowing systemic failures to persist and endangering Colorado's children. And whereas certain government agencies and legal frameworks have failed to adequately prosecute or prevent such abuses, and some elected officials have affirmed policies or practices that enable or excuse these failures. And whereas the Libertarian Party of Colorado stands for individual liberty, personal responsibility, and the protection of the most vulnerable from predation, particularly when enabled by government institutions. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Libertarian Party of Colorado that we condemn mainstream Colorado media outlets for their failure to prioritize and thoroughly investigate reports of child sexual exploitation and abuse in public schools, thereby neglecting their role as a check on institutional power. We call upon Colorado citizens, independent journalists, and media organizations to demand transparency, relentlessly investigate, and publicly expose instances of child abuse and molestation by government employees, holding both perpetrators and enablers accountable. The Libertarian Party of Colorado directs its board to advocate for lawsuits and/or reforms targeting government agencies that shield abusers through lax policies or legal protections, including but not limited to the abolition of qualified immunity for public employees in cases of child abuse and the elimination of statutes of limitations for prosecuting such crimes, etc. The Libertarian Party commits to supporting local campaigns to remove elected officials and bureaucrats who affirm or enable abusive practices through policy or inaction, replacing them with candidates who prioritize child safety and institutional accountability. We urge all Coloradans to join us in rejecting complacency, demanding justice for victims, and ensuring that public schools are safe havens for learning, free thought, and critical thinking, not environments where abuse is tolerated or concealed.
Thank you, Mr. Vance. I like especially that you'll support candidates in this. I hope that those libertarians who swore up and down that we were not, quote, running candidates, I hope some of those ones from Jeffco would stand up and run for some of these school board positions. That's an open challenge I'm offering on my last board meeting. With that, I'll open the floor for a motion to adopt the resolution.
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Steinke. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
The motion has been seconded to move this resolution. Is there any objection? Hearing none, that passes. Thank you, Mr. Vance.
Thank you.
Now, with that,
May I just chime in really quickly about that? Yes. About this?
Yes, you have the floor.
This is okay. First of all, not only just objectively the correct ethical decision and something we need to do and something critically important, but any legislators that are in opposition to this, I think we should remember that and then market it when they're up for re-election.
Oh, 100%. That's something that's bigger than partisan politics. That's just something that any human being should do who actually gives a crap about kids and the abuse that they're seeing within Colorado school districts.
Yes, very well made points.
I'd like to add to that while this is pretty important, the fact that we have an official statement puts us on the map as against it, and that's great. We do want to, the point that the former secretary made about this being a little bit thoughts and prayers, we're just saying something does stand. Obviously, we're in a position where we're not like the Democrats and Republicans, where we're constantly throwing out platitudes that mean nothing. But it is worth realizing that this is words, and it's a good resolution to have, but it isn't, hard action necessarily. It's not, you know what I mean? It's
yes.
It does come across a little thoughts and prayersy, and of course, part of the reason we have legitimacy there is our legitimate action that we take against Jeffco, but it is something to watch out for as well.
Yep.
One thing to say on that, Mark, real quick, is there is specific line. For example, the Libertarian Party directs its board to advocate for lawsuits and/or reforms targeting government agencies that shield abusers through lax policies or legal protection, including other policies as well. This gives us the ability to start pursuing specific actions like lawsuits and other things to that sort to bring about real change.
So were we not really able to do that before?
No, I mean, that doesn't mean it is, but the fact that we're kind of talking about it, I feel like it kind of kills that action. I mean, it's right there in plain writing. I mean, we're trying to make it
comment and then the vote. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to make that statement to let everybody know, yes, this is what we're doing, and this is what we're going to, and this is a main priority for us as a party, that we are going to start protecting kids, and we're going to take that action. This is enabling people to let them know this is what we're about, and we are ready to start work with people and make kids a true priority versus people who are not even making statements.
And we've got some irons in the fire on this issue, but we can't really divulge that too much as it's political strategy. So are we good on discussion? We did pass it.
Yeah, there's a reason I didn't object. I agree that this is absolutely a good move for us as is. I just want to make sure we keep in mind how that can be,
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. I'm just like, I realized I should have opened the floor for discussion before voting. I'm sorry. I apologize. So with that, then, let's see. We are at announcements and opportunity for public comment. Do we have any public comment or announcements that we should make?
Yes, I do, at least.
Okay.
I know y'all have been asking about, Phil may want to help me with this, but we're good to say this now, I think. So the YAL National Convention isn't happening this year. I maybe should be framing this more positively, but I'm a little pissy about it. But in fairness, what they're actually doing is they're sending us all to Ron Paul's birthday party. And,
that's fun.
That is something, my point with that being that that's actually something that's open, first of all, I think to, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think it's something that most YAL members get some sort of foot in the door with, or some sort of ability to apply. I know there's a way you can register for his birthday party. And so if y'all were considering going to YALCon, this is just an evening birthday party with Ron Paul. It's not that great training that I was so excited for y'all to get, but it would be a good time in terms of the networking. It'll be an even bigger network because it's not just Young Americans for Liberty specific, and it'd be a good opportunity to meet Ron Paul and all that. So not even strictly a Young Americans for Liberty thing, and if anything, absence of, but everyone should try to go to Ron Paul's birthday party. That'd be pretty cool.
Thanks, Mark. Any other announcements? All right, with that, I will adjourn this meeting in a moment. Just going to say that we will be calling a special meeting for Monday to appoint a secretary just till the end of convention so that we don't have to worry and it can just be taken care of. So that announcement will, the official announcement, the legitimate announcement will be going out tonight via email to the membership as is required. So with that, I will adjourn this meeting. With that meeting, the special meeting being Monday at 6:30 p.m. online. All right. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you.
And thank you for all the years of Libertarians.
Thank you, Hannah. Nice job. Really.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure and continue to be a pleasure. Bye. Take care, Mr. Atwood.